All right, first up, how to recycle right. It's important, and someone else's safety may actually depend on it. So today, the 5 questions to ask yourself before you toss something into the recycling bin.
Annalise Smith is a supervisor with Waukesha County Recycling, and we love her. She's going to help us get back to the basics of recycling. That's important, right, Annalise? Good morning.
Good morning. How are you guys?
Doing good.
We're doing well.
Tiff, I don't
we
know
miss
if
you.
saw
You know, this is the thing. Like, I do feel like most people think, well, if it's plastic, if it's cardboard, whatever, just toss it in. But those are things that we need to know. First, though, why is recycling so important?
Well, it is so important because it supports jobs in our local economy, and it also makes sure that all of these valuable resources that we're using to make products that we need can make it back into the system and be turned into new products again and again, so that we don't have to keep continually going to the earth to get new natural resources to make things. So,
okay.
Amen.
And spending more time at home, it's really a good time to do an audit to see how are you doing with your home recycling.
I love that. An audit sounds so official. Our audio sometimes, now that Tiff's at home and I'm in the studio, sometimes we step over each other, so you have to be patient with us. But I was going to say a second ago that I don't know that Tiff was here last time we talked to you, Annalise, because you have a brand new haircut that looks adorable. Have you seen it, Tiff?
No, it looks adorable.
Doesn't it? I know, I love it. Okay, back to recycling. The thing about it is, and the reason to do it right, you talked about the importance and it becoming other things, but it can also be dangerous. Contamination can hurt your employees, it can hurt the people who are trying to sort things. It can also be hard on the equipment, which ends up being very costly.
Absolutely. One of the most costly and dangerous things in the system is, oddly enough, plastic bags. They're the number one reason for downtime, and it's because plastic bags and then other hoses, chains, anything like that can get wrapped around the equipment. And worst case scenario, they can sometimes cause friction fires. But if they don't cause a fire, they still have to be hand cut off multiple times a day. So employees have to strap harnesses on, climb onto the equipment, shut everything down, and then use these kind of modified box cutters to cut off all of the plastic bags. So dangerous and time consuming.
And that even counts for putting your recyclables in a plastic bag too, right?
Absolutely. So we always say no plastic bags ever, never, in any way, shape, or form, whether they're used
all.
Recyclables. Right.
Got it. Okay, so what are the 5 questions that we need to ask ourselves before we do put something into that recycling bin? Let's start with the first one, and you say, is it loose?
Yes. So getting right back to that point you just made about making sure that your recyclables are not in a plastic bag. We want to make sure that they're loose and free in the cart. So what we do at my house, normally I have really pristine, like TV ready things to show you guys, but I figured I'd be really real and show you exactly what my recycling bin looks like at my house. So what we do here is we have just a plain plastic bucket, and we put things loose into this bucket, and then I take it directly out to our cart, dump everything in, and then take this back in the house. Sometimes that doesn't always work for people. So another option is to use a paper bag to collect your materials. You can take this whole paper bag out to the cart, dump everything in loose in the cart, and then just ball this paper bag up and toss it in on top. But regardless of what you do, no plastic bags ever.
Yeah, the plastic bags thing, I didn't realize what a big deal that is. So it seems messy when it's loose, and you seem like you're not doing somebody's work when it's all like in the cart loose like that, but it's important. I think that's such a key point that you just made. Now, question number 2 is it from inside your home?
Yeah, so this is another one where if you think about what's inside your home, most of the things from outside of your house, hoses, chains, items in your garage, those are not recyclable. So an example would be this plastic bottle. It's plastic, it's a hard container. It looks like on the surface it should be recyclable, but because it has oil in it and it was from in my garage, it's not recyclable. So this would actually to go in the trash once it was empty. However, there are some things that from inside your home are totally recyclable. So this wipes container, once it was empty, clean and dry, it could go straight in the recycling bin and you'd be good to go. And as long as we're talking about cleaners, I know, again, having spent some more time at home, I'm using some more of these wipes. The disinfecting wipes are always trash. And same thing with masks. Masks are also paper, fabric, doesn't matter. These would always also go in the trash.
Yeah. Okay. We're running out of time, so I want to make sure we get through all these. The next one is it paper, metal, glass, or hard plastic? Those are kind of the things to look at.
Yeah, so just back to the basics, thinking about your boards, board paper, your glass jars, your plastic containers from inside the house. Aluminum cans are huge, but the things that you don't want are like the squeezy tubes or chip bags, anything that's not a hard container.
Wow.
No, what about egg cartons?
Egg cartons, if they're paper, are fine. Styrofoam are trash.
Okay. We ran out of time. Is it empty, clean, and dry is number 4. So that's what you want to put into the recycling bin as long as it's okay for the recycling bin. And last, really quick, Annalise, is it bigger than your fist? What did you want to say about that question?
So if it's too small, it's going to fall through the cracks of the equipment. So like loose caps, they can be put on a container or thrown in the trash.
Oh, I didn't know that.
This
Okay,
is
so
so
if it's
great.
smaller than your fist, it's not safe because it can fall through the sorting equipment.
Correct.
Okay. Wow. We always run out of time when we're with you because it's all like there's so many things there, and we talk to you often, but there's so many things I didn't even know. So thank you so much for going through that with us.
Good to see you,
It is
Annalise.
great seeing you guys.
Yeah, so it's back to basics. I love it. As we head back to school, we need back to basics with recycling. You can go to WaukeshaCountyRecycles.com to find out more about what goes in and what doesn't.